Guys, holy crap, I just got back from the most insane exploration session of my life. I'm literally still shaking.
Whoa, what happened, dude? You were gone all day.
Please tell me you didn't get arrested again.
No, nothing like that. I finally made it into the dead zone.
Wait, what? The restricted area? How did you even get past security?
It took me 3 hours of crawling through drainage tunnels, and my knees are completely scraped up because of it. But it was so worth it.
You're actually crazy. That place is off limits for a reason.
Yeah, well, I found out why. And guys, this isn't your typical abandoned building. For the first time ever, the scary part isn't the location. It's what was inside it.
Stop being cryptic and just tell us. What did you find?
I got footage, 4 clips in total, and 1 photograph that I think might be the discovery of a lifetime.
You're being way too dramatic. Just show us already.
I'm uploading the first clip now, but I need you guys to promise me you'll take this seriously. No jokes, no skepticism. This is real.
I mean, we'll try. What exactly did you even see in there?
Just watch the clip first, then we can talk.
Dude, what the hell? Who is that guy?
I have absolutely no idea. He didn't move a muscle the entire time I was there, and he didn't respond to my voice either. In fact, he didn't even look up when I shined the light directly on him.
This has to be fake. You probably got one of your friends to sit there and act crazy.
Yeah, this looks totally staged. Come on, Liam, we're not stupid.
Guys, you know I don't have any friends. Who exactly would I have gotten to help me stage this? I literally spend every weekend exploring alone.
Oh yeah, he's got a point. When was the last time Liam hung out with anyone besides us?
Damn, that is a good point. But then who is that person? And why were they just sitting there like that?
That's what I've been trying to figure out. The guy looked like he was in some kind of trance or catatonic state of some sort. It was honestly terrifying.
Did you try talking to him? Maybe he needed help.
I called out to him multiple times and asked if he was okay, but I got literally no response at all. It was like he couldn't hear me, or didn't want to at least.
That's so creepy. What if he was dead? Like he was just sitting there propped up?
No, he was definitely alive. I could see him breathing, very slowly, but still breathing nonetheless.
Did you call the police? Or paramedics?
And tell them what? That I illegally entered a restricted military zone? They'd arrest me way before actually helping anyone.
Fair point, but still, that person might need medical attention.
I know. I've been feeling guilty about it all day. But guys, that's not even the weirdest part. The other 3 clips are way more disturbing.
More disturbing than finding a catatonic person in an abandoned building at night? Is that even possible?
Trust me, it gets worse. Much worse.
Jesus, man. What else did you see in there?
I need to upload the other videos from my camera first. My phone storage is almost full. Can you guys wait until tomorrow morning?
Are you kidding me? You can't drop something like this and make us wait. Delete some apps or something.
I tried that already. These files are massive. High-quality footage takes up tons of space, you know? I need to properly transfer them tonight.
This is torture. At least give us a hint about what's in the other clips.
I can't. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You need to see it with your own eyes.
Come on, please. Just a tiny hint?
All I'll say is this. What I thought was just an abandoned building might actually be something much more sinister, like a containment facility.
A containment facility? For what?
You'll see tomorrow. But I will say this too. The photograph I took on my way out, it might be the most important picture ever taken in the history of urban exploration.
You're really not going to show us anything else tonight? Not even the photo?
The photo especially needs to wait. I need to process it properly first and adjust the lighting and contrast, so you can see exactly what I saw.
This is killing me. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Neither am I. I keep thinking about that man just sitting there completely motionless, like he was waiting for something.
Waiting for what?
I don't know, but I have a feeling we're about to find out when you see the rest of the footage. I can't say any more tonight. I need to make copies of everything first in case something happens to the originals. I'll see you all back online tomorrow morning. Make sure you've got a cup of coffee with you. You're going to need it.
Whoa. Why do you think that something will happen to the originals?
Because I think I stumbled onto something big. Something people have been trying to keep secret for a long time, and I have proof of that now.
Proof of what exactly?
Proof that we're not alone, and that some things are kept in the dead zone for good reason.
You're talking like you found aliens or something.
Not aliens. Something worse.
So what comes next?
That depends on what we decide to do after you see everything I recorded. We might have some very difficult decisions to make about whether to keep this secret, or share it with the world.
Share what with the world?
The truth about what's really out there, waiting in the darkness. 10 a.m. tomorrow and everything will be revealed. Morning, everyone. I've been up since 5 a.m. transferring and processing everything. But don't worry, the videos are officially ready.
Finally, I barely slept last night thinking about this.
Same here. I kept having nightmares about that catatonic guy.
Just show us already. I've been refreshing this chat every 5 minutes.
Okay, here's clip 2. This is me trying to communicate with him more directly.
Yo. You need some help, bro?
Damn, you really started talking to him. I would have been way too scared to do that.
And yet he still didn't move at all. Not even when you called out right to him.
That's not normal. Even someone who's mentally ill would usually react somehow.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It was like he was completely disconnected from reality, or like he wasn't really there at all.
Did you notice his breathing? It looked really slow and deliberate.
Almost like he was meditating, or in some kind of trance state.
Yeah, that's what creeped me out the most. He seemed so peaceful, but also so afraid.
Afraid of what, though?
You'll see. Anyway, though, here's clip 3.
Yo. He's not even responding. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Smart move. If someone's not responding like that, it's better to just get out.
Wait, but you should have checked if he was actually alive first. What if he needed medical help?
Yeah, you could have at least tried to see if he had a pulse. Or checked if he was breathing properly.
You guys are absolutely right. I felt terrible about just walking away like that, so I actually went back to check on him, which is exactly what clip 4 shows.
Oh good. I was worried you just abandoned someone who might have been dying.
No, I'm not that heartless. But what happened next made me wish I had just left when I had the chance.
Hey, I got some money for you. He's not there, and he's not responding.
What the hell? Where did he go?
He just vanished? How is that even possible?
Liam, how long were you gone from that room?
Maybe 3 minutes, max. I walked down one hallway, looked around, then came straight back. There's no way he could have gotten past me.
But then where did he go? Did you check other rooms?
Hell no! Think about it. If this guy was sitting catatonic 1 minute and completely gone the next, that means he could have been anywhere in that building, watching me, waiting for me.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. He could have been right behind you in the dark.
Did you hear any footsteps or movement?
That's the thing. The building was completely silent the entire time. No creaking floors, no footsteps, nothing. It was like he just evaporated into thin air.
People don't just evaporate, though. There has to be a better explanation than that.
Maybe, but after that, I pretty much booked it straight out of there. I wasn't taking any chances with some potentially dangerous person lurking around.
Good call. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, but here's where things get really weird. On my way out of the building and back toward the perimeter fence, I saw something watching me from the trees.
Another person?
I don't think so. I didn't have time to get video footage because I was trying to get out of there as fast as possible. But I did manage to snap one quick photo.
Show us.
What am I looking at here? Is that a cabin in the woods?
Yeah, there was an old abandoned cabin outside the other building. But look.
He's back? Did Leo just forgive us of him for closing the wave? How did he come back? That's not normal.
Abandoned cabin outside the other building. But look closer at the trees behind it. Do you see that pale circular thing?
Oh, wow, yeah. It looks like the moon. But why does it look so human?
That's exactly what I thought at first. I figured it was just the moon shining through the branches in a strange way. But something about it felt wrong. I started making out facial features.
The moon doesn't have a face, though. And this thing definitely looks like it has eyes and a mouth.
I know, right? That's why I got the hell out of there immediately. I didn't want to stick around to find out what it actually was.
Wait a minute. Liam, look at that photo again.
I've been staring at it all night. Trust me. I've analyzed every pixel.
The shadows, the positioning, the size relative to the trees. Liam, I think that thing is alive.
Excuse me?
Think about it. When was the last time you saw the moon hanging that low between tree branches? And look at how it's positioned. It's way too close to be the actual moon.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying whatever that thing is, well, quite frankly, is alive.
Holy, you're absolutely right. But if that's not the moon, then what the hell was staring at me from those trees?
This is getting really creepy. First, the disappearing man. Now some kind of moon creature in the woods.
What if they're connected somehow? What if the catatonic guy wasn't actually a person at all?
What do you mean?
What if what you saw in that building was just one part of something much bigger? And what you photographed in the trees was another part?
Like they're working together? Or they're the same entity?
I don't want to think about that possibility, but you might be onto something. The timing was too coincidental. The man disappears and then immediately I see this thing watching me from the forest.
Maybe that's why the area is restricted in the first place. Maybe the military knows something like that is out there.
Yeah, and they're trying to contain it, keep it away from the general public and stuff.
That would explain the heavy security around the perimeter and why they don't want anyone going in there.
But if that's true, then you might have just gotten footage of something huge. Something that could change everything we know about what's really out there. Because guys, that isn't the moon.
Right, I need to vent. I've been reading about cryptids for like 12 hours straight at this point.
Same here. My eyes are burning from staring at my laptop screen.
Any luck finding anything similar to what I photographed?
Not really. I've gone through every cryptid database I can find online, and nothing matches what you captured.
I even checked some of the more obscure ones. I just ruled out anxious dogs and other similar canine cryptids.
Yeah, this definitely isn't a dog creature. The thing I saw was way more humanoid in shape.
What about some kind of tall forest entity? I spent hours researching Slenderman variants and similar entities to see if they matched what you saw, but none of them have that moon-shaped head feature.
I looked into the more dangerous shape-shifting ones too. But again, even Cartoon Cat doesn't come up as a match.
So, we're definitely dealing with something new here. Something that hasn't been documented before.
Or at least not publicly documented. The military might know exactly what this thing is.
That's what I've been thinking too. The timing of the restricted zone creation has to be connected.
When exactly did they declare that area off limits?
I looked into that yesterday. From what I could find, it was about 8 years ago. They classified it as an environmental contamination zone, but that's obviously bullcrap now.
Environmental contamination doesn't explain catatonic people and moon-faced creatures. They're clearly covering something up.
So what do we know for certain so far?
Well, we know there's some kind of entity living in those woods, and that it has a moon-shaped head with distinct facial features, and it seems to be watching people who enter its territory.
And we know there was at least one crazy person in that building who mysteriously disappeared without making any sound.
Those two things have to be connected somehow. I mean, what are the odds they're completely unrelated?
Exactly. I think this creature might have some kind of psychological effect on people. Maybe it can put them in trance states or control their minds.
That would explain why the guy in the building was so unresponsive, and why he vanished so quickly too.
It would also explain why the military wants to keep people away. If this thing can mentally manipulate humans, it's definitely a threat.
We need a name for it, though, if we're going to research this properly and document our findings.
What about Moonhead? Simple and descriptive.
I like it. Moonhead it is.
Agreed. So our working theory is that Moonhead has some form of mind control abilities.
And that it's been contained in the dead zone for the past 8 years. But the question is, what happened 8 years ago that made them create the restricted area?
Maybe there was an incident, like people went missing or were found in catatonic states.
Or maybe Moonhead escaped from somewhere, and they had to quarantine the area.
Either way, we need more information and more evidence.
I've been thinking about that. What if we made this our official group mission, like finding Moonhead and getting proper documentation of it?
You mean going back into the dead zone?
Not just me this time, all of us. We could coordinate a proper expedition.
That's incredibly dangerous, though. If this thing really can control minds.
Which is exactly why we need to work as a team. Safety in numbers and all that.
What would be the end goal, though? Just getting more photos and videos?
Think bigger than that. This could be the discovery of a lifetime, a completely new cryptid that the government is actively covering up. We could expose the truth to the world.
You really think people would believe us, even with photo and video evidence?
They believed in Bigfoot for decades based on way less evidence, and at least our footage would be high quality and recent.
Plus, we'd have multiple witnesses this time, not just one person's testimony.
I have to admit, the idea is exciting. Urban exploration is cool, but discovering a new cryptid, that's legendary status right there.
Exactly. So what do you guys say? Are we doing this?
What's the plan exactly?
We need to answer 3 main questions first. What's the connection between Moonhead and the catatonic people? Does Moonhead actually have psychological abilities? And if so, how do they work? And what happened 8 years ago that made the military quarantine the entire area?
Those are good questions, but how do we even begin to find those answers?
Research first, then field work. We need to dig deeper into the history of that area.
I can try to find more information about when the restricted zone was created. Maybe look into local news from 8 years ago.
I can research psychological effects of cryptid encounters, see if there are similar cases anywhere else in the world.
And I'll look into the military's involvement, try to find out which branch is handling the containment.
What about me?
You could research the building I found, maybe find out what it was originally used for. That might give us clues about why Moonhead is connected to it.
Sounds like a plan.
But we're all agreed that our ultimate goal is to get back in there and find this thing?
Absolutely.
This is either going to make us famous or get us killed.
Only one way to find out. Let's solve the mystery of Moonhead.
Guys, I finally have some major information to share. I went to visit my granddad yesterday like I said I would, and what he told me is going to change everything we thought we knew about this situation.
Please tell me you found something useful. I've been hitting dead ends on the military research.
Same here. Most of the information about the restricted zone is classified.
What did your grandfather say?
He said he's been waiting for someone to ask him about those woods for years. Turns out he knows more about Moonhead than we could have ever imagined.
Wait, what? Your granddad knows about the creature?
Not just knows about it, he's actually encountered it before.
How is that even possible?
Because
I
he
don't
used
know.
to live in those woods. He was part of an ancient protective tribe that lived there for centuries.
A tribe? I didn't know there were any tribal settlements in that area.
That's because they were wiped out years ago. But their job was incredibly important. They were monster hunters.
Monster hunters?
For hundreds of years, this tribe lived in those woods with one single purpose: to protect the outside world from the cryptids that lived deep in the forest. They contained dozens of dangerous creatures and prevented them from escaping into populated areas.
So they were like guardians?
Exactly. And they were really good at their job too. For centuries, no cryptids escaped on their watch. But then something went wrong. About 20 years ago, the chief's son went missing during a routine patrol. The whole tribe searched for him for weeks, but they couldn't find any trace of him anywhere.
Did they ever find him?
Eventually, yes, but not before something terrible happened. During their search, tribe members started reporting sightings of a massive humanoid creature, a creature they had never seen before, one with a giant moon-shaped head that glowed in the darkness. My granddad even showed me this drawing they made of it.
Moonhead.
That's right. My granddad said it was unlike any cryptid they had ever dealt with before. It was smarter, more dangerous, and seemed to have some kind of psychological power over people.
What kind of psychological power?
He said people who saw it would go into trance-like states. They'd become catatonic and unresponsive, just like the man Liam found in that building.
Holy crap. So Moonhead really can control minds?
Yup, and the story makes it sound even more horrific. One day, they tracked Moonhead to a deep ravine in the heart of the forest, and down at the bottom of that ravine, trapped between some rocks, they found the chief's son. He was alive, but barely. He'd been hiding down there for weeks, terrified to come out.
Because Moonhead was hunting him?
That's what they assumed. So they rescued him and brought him back to the village. But that very same night, Moonhead attacked their settlement.
Oh no.
It was a massacre. Moonhead killed half the tribe in a single night, including women and children who had never even seen the creature before.
That's horrible.
My granddad said it was the most terrifying thing he'd ever witnessed, especially since he was just a child at the time. The chief realized they couldn't just contain this creature like the others. They had to kill it.
Did they succeed?
They tried their best. The remaining tribe members spent months preparing for battle. They crafted special weapons using obsidian shards, because my granddad said obsidian was the only thing that could hurt Moonhead.
Obsidian? Like volcanic glass?
Exactly. And when the night of the battle came, they were as ready as they could be. It was an epic fight that lasted hours. But eventually, they managed to drive Moonhead back into the ravine where they first found it.
And then what?
They used obsidian shards to seal the exit, basically creating prison bars made of volcanic glass. Moonhead was trapped down there with no way to escape. For years, the creature remained contained. But as time went on, cryptids as a whole started to fade into legend. People stopped believing in monsters, and the tribe began to lose members who moved away to join modern society.
So they abandoned their post?
Not exactly abandoned, but their numbers dwindled until only a few remained. My granddad was one of the younger members who left to start a new life. He said he always felt guilty about leaving, but he wanted to have a family.
What happened to the remaining tribe members?
One day they all just vanished, and when my granddad went back to check on the ravine, the obsidian bars were shattered into pieces. Moonhead had escaped.
That must have been 8 years ago, when the military created the restricted zone.
Exactly. Word got back to the government that the tribe was gone and Moonhead was free. They knew that without the tribe there to contain it, hundreds of dangerous cryptids could now escape from those woods. So they quickly built a perimeter around the entire forest.
To keep everything locked inside.
But here's the thing. My granddad thinks Moonhead is getting stronger, and that it might be planning something big.
Planning what?
He wouldn't say exactly, but he warned me to stay away from those woods. He said Moonhead has a particular hatred for descendants of the tribe.
Wait, descendants? Does that mean you're...
Yeah, I'm apparently part of the bloodline that once hunted Moonhead, which means it probably wants me dead.
Dear Lord, so we're not just dealing with some random cryptid. This thing has a personal vendetta.
But this still doesn't explain the catatonic man in the building. Why was he there? And what's his connection to Moonhead?
Good point. That's still a huge missing piece of the puzzle.
Actually, I might be able to help with that. I've been thinking, what if that man escaped from somewhere, like a psychiatric facility?
You think he was a mental patient?
It would make sense. If Moonhead's psychological powers can put people in trance states, maybe the man was a victim who was being treated at a local psych ward.
And he escaped to return to the source?
Exactly. I know someone who works at the county psychiatric hospital. I could ask them if they've had any recent escapes, especially involving patients with catatonic symptoms.
That's brilliant. If we can identify who that man was, we might understand Moonhead's influence better.
But guys, we need to be careful. My granddad made it very clear that Moonhead is extremely dangerous. The tribe had generations of experience fighting cryptids, and it still nearly destroyed them.
So what are we saying? Are we calling off the mission?
Hell no. This just makes it more important. If Moonhead is planning something big, the world needs to know about it.
Liam's right. We might be the only people who can expose this cover-up, but we're going to need more than just cameras. We're going to need obsidian weapons.
I'll contact my friend at the hospital first, see what I can find out about our mystery man. Then we can decide our next move. Guys, I just got back from the hospital, and boy, do I have some news for you all.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been dying to know what you discovered.
Same here. Did your friend at the psych ward help?
Oh, she helped all right. In fact, what she told me explains everything about that man you found, Liam.
So what did she say?
So first I described the man from your video footage, the shirtless guy sitting in the corner with his head in his knees, and she immediately knew who I was talking about.
She recognized him?
Not only did she recognize him, but she had his entire case file memorized. His name is David Kowalski, 34 years old, and he was admitted to the psychiatric hospital about 2 months ago.
What was he being treated for?
Severe schizophrenic episodes and a complete psychological breakdown. But here's the kicker. He wasn't always mentally ill. 2 months ago, he was a completely normal guy with a wife and kids. I mean, just look at this old photo of him.
So what happened to him?
He went on a hiking trip, and guess where?
No way.
The area directly adjacent to the dead zone. He was camping about half a mile from the restricted perimeter.
And something happened to him out there?
According to his wife, he came back from that trip completely changed. She said he kept mumbling about the moon watching him, and that he couldn't sleep because it was always staring. Then morning, he drew this.
Moonhead?
Exactly. The doctors thought he was having some kind of psychotic break, but now we know he actually encountered our cryptid.
So Moonhead's psychological effects can reach beyond the dead zone?
It seems like it. And get this, David escaped from the hospital exactly 1 month ago. The same time frame when you found him in that building, Liam.
So he escaped and went back to the source, back to where he first saw Moonhead.
That's terrifying. It's like the creature has some kind of hold over him.
So we've confirmed that Moonhead can psychologically affect people who see it. But that raises a really important question. Liam, why weren't you affected?
What do you mean?
You saw Moonhead in the trees and took that photo, but you're not catatonic or having psychological episodes. You seem completely normal.
That's a really good point, actually. David just saw it from a distance while camping, and it drove him completely insane. But you were much closer, and yet you're fine.
I hadn't thought about that. Why am I not affected?
Maybe you have some kind of natural resistance?
Or maybe you're connected to this whole thing just like I am.
How?
Think about it. I'm descended from the tribe that hunted Moonhead, and you're immune to its psychological effects. That can't be a coincidence.
Oh my goodness, what if we're all connected somehow?
You think we're all descendants of the tribe?
It would explain so much.
But how would we even find out whether that's even true or not?
By doing something that's usually meant for old people, family heritage research. We all need to dig into our genealogy and see if we have any connections to the tribal bloodlines.
My grandparents always said our family had some kind of ancient calling, but I never knew what they meant by that.
And my granddad mentioned there were other families who left the tribe over the years. He might know if any of your surnames match tribal members.
This is getting really weird, but it would explain why I felt so comfortable in those woods, like I belonged there somehow.
We need to figure out our family connections immediately. If we're all descendants, then we might be the only people who can stop this thing.
Stop it. I thought we were just trying to document it.
Liam, if Moonhead is planning something big like my granddad thinks, and if the military containment isn't working, we might be the world's last line of defense.
Just like our ancestors were.
Agreed. Now let's find out what our families have been hiding from us.
Guys, I don't even know where to begin. I just spent the last 4 hours going through my family records, and what I found is absolutely mind-blowing.
Please tell me you found a connection.
I've been waiting to hear back from everyone. My granddad is helping me trace all the family lines.
I'm still in shock from what I discovered. My great-grandmother's maiden name was Nightwind, and according to the tribal records I found online, the Nightwinds were one of the primary Moonhead hunting families.
Holy crap. My family name used to be Ravencrest before my great-grandfather changed it to Mason when he moved to town. And guess what? I found an old tribal document showing family lineages with names including Ravencrest, Nightwind, and Stormwalker.
Wait, those are all names that my granddad mentioned. He said the Ravencrests were the warriors of the tribe, and the Nightwinds were the trackers.
I found out my great-grandmother was a Stormwalker, and according to the genealogy records, the Stormwalkers were the spiritual leaders. They were the ones who could communicate with the cryptids.
So we're all literally descendants of the original Moonhead hunting tribe.
Not just descendants, we're descendants of the families that specialized in fighting this exact creature.
My granddad confirmed it. He said our grandparents were among the last tribe members who went missing, right before the Obsidian prison was destroyed.
Wait, so our grandparents?
They were probably killed by Moonhead, along with the rest of the final tribe members.
That's why the only reason we exist is because our parents left the forest for town, while Moonhead was still trapped in the ravine.
So this thing didn't just kill random tribe members. It killed our families.
Our ancestors. This is personal now.
More than personal. This is our duty. We're literally the last of the bloodline.
The only ones left who can finish what our ancestors started.
Speaking of which, I found something else in the tribal records. Something that changes everything about our timeline. You see, while I was researching the Stormwalker family history, I found detailed astronomical records that the tribe kept for centuries. They tracked celestial patterns because they were connected to cryptid behavior.
What kind of patterns?
Every 1,000 years, there's a specific alignment. Not just our moon, but the moons of all the planets in our solar system. When this happens, Moonhead becomes exponentially more powerful.
How much more powerful?
According to the records, basically unstoppable. During the alignment, Moonhead's psychological abilities extend for miles, and its physical strength becomes superhuman.
When is the next alignment supposed to happen?
Well, that's just the issue. I found this in an old book in the attic. According to this, the next alignment begins in exactly 2 days.
2 days?
Are you serious right now?
Dead serious. And here's the worst part. The military containment won't hold during the alignment. Moonhead will be strong enough to break through their perimeter.
So it's going to escape into the town.
Not just escape, it's going to go on a rampage. Everyone without tribal blood will be affected by its psychological powers. They'll all end up like David Kowalski from the psych ward.
Catatonic and driven insane.
The entire town could be turned into mindless zombies.
How many people live in the area around the dead zone?
About 15,000, and that's just the immediate vicinity. If Moonhead keeps moving outward, it could affect hundreds of thousands.
We have to stop this. We're literally the only ones who can.
But how? The original tribe had dozens of experienced warriors, and they barely managed to contain it.
We have something they didn't, though. We know when the alignment is happening. We can prepare specifically for that moment.
Plus, we have modern technology, better communications, night vision equipment, GPS tracking.
And my granddad still has some of the original obsidian weapons. He's been keeping them safe all these years.
So what's the plan? Do we try to kill Moonhead before the alignment, or wait until after it starts when it's at full power?
Before. Definitely before. If we wait until the alignment, we'll be fighting it at its strongest.
Agreed. We need to get into the dead zone tomorrow night. That gives us 1 day to prepare and strike before the alignment begins.
My granddad is going to want to help. He's been feeling guilty about abandoning the tribe for decades.
The more tribal blood on our side, the better. We're going to need every advantage we can get.
So we're really doing this? We're actually going to hunt Moonhead.
We don't have a choice. Our ancestors died trying to protect the world from this thing. Now it's our turn to finish the job.
For our grandparents.
For the tribe.
For everyone who's going to die if we fail.
Tomorrow we become what we were born to be, monster hunters.
The last of the tribe.
All right, everyone, it's 8 p.m. Time for our final mission briefing before we head out. I want to go over the plan one more time to make sure we're all on the same page.
Good idea. I've been running through it in my head all day, but I want to hear it out loud again.
Same here. My nerves are starting to get to me.
We've got this, though. We've planned everything perfectly.
So here's the approach strategy. Mason, you're entering from the north perimeter. Jessica, you take the east entrance. I'll go in from the south where I entered before. And Maggie, you handle the west side.
By splitting up like this, even if one of us gets caught by military patrols, the other 3 can still complete the mission.
And we're less likely to all be spotted at once. 4 separate infiltration points means better odds.
What's our communication protocol once we're inside?
Radio silence until we find the ravine. We can't risk the military intercepting our signals. But once someone locates Moonhead's prison, send up a flare.
And then we all converge on that location.
Speaking of locations, we still don't know exactly where this ravine is. The dead zone covers like 20 square miles.
That's why we're searching in a grid pattern. Each of us takes a quadrant and works methodically. Look for any kind of depression in the ground, rock formations, or broken obsidian pieces.
And if we encounter Moonhead before finding the ravine?
That's where these come in handy.
Ready to unlock Roblox digital gift cards?
I finished my bolt launcher this afternoon. Now all it needs is some obsidian.
Mine's ready too. I went with a high-precision design, better for close-range accuracy.
And here's my contribution to the arsenal. Should have good range and stopping power.
I opted for something a bit more direct. I'm bringing a spear that has room for one piece of very sharp obsidian at the end of it. If this thing gets close, I want to be ready for hand-to-hand combat.
Perfect. If obsidian was strong enough to contain Moonhead for years, then it should definitely be able to hurt or kill it.
My grandfather confirmed that obsidian is the only substance that can penetrate its hide. Regular weapons just bounce off. So as soon as one of us gets to that ravine and picks up the shards, only then will we actually have the firepower to stop this thing.
So our theory about obsidian being its weakness was correct.
Good thing we prepared properly then.
All right, equipment check. Everyone has their obsidian weapons?
Check.
Night vision gear?
Check.
Emergency flares for signaling?
Check.
And most importantly, everyone mentally prepared for what we're about to do.
As ready as I'll ever be. My grandfather gave me his blessing this afternoon. He said our ancestors would be proud.
I keep thinking about what this creature did to our families, to our grandparents, and the rest of the tribe. This is our chance to get justice for them.
And prevent it from happening to thousands of innocent people. If Moonhead escapes during tomorrow's alignment, the entire region could be turned into a psychological wasteland.
Exactly. This isn't just about urban exploration anymore. This is about fulfilling our destiny as the last of the monster hunting bloodline.
It's crazy to think that just a week ago we were just regular urban explorers, taking pictures of abandoned buildings for fun.
And now we're preparing to hunt a cryptid that's been terrorizing our families for generations.
Sometimes life forces you to become who you were always meant to be.
Our ancestors lived and breathed monster hunting. They dedicated their entire lives to protecting the world from creatures like Moonhead. Tonight, we honor that legacy, and tomorrow, the world will be a little bit safer because the monster hunters have returned.
I'm getting emotional thinking about this, but I'm also more determined than I've ever been in my life.
Same here. This feels right, you know? Like this is what we were born to do.
The urban exploration was just training, teaching us how to move through dangerous areas unseen, how to work as a team in high-stress situations.
Everything led us to this moment. Finding the dead zone, encountering Moonhead, discovering our heritage. It was all meant to happen.
All right, everyone, let's head to our positions. Message the group once you're at your designated entry point.
And remember, once we're inside, we're not urban explorers anymore. We're monster hunters.
The last of our kind.
Let's go kill this thing for our ancestors, for our town, and for the world. See you all on the other side.
Good luck, everyone. May our tribal blood guide us to victory.
Time to reclaim our birthright.
The hunt begins now.
I'm in position at the north perimeter. A military patrol just passed about 2 minutes ago. I should be clear for at least 10 minutes.
The east side is secure too. I can see the fence opening I'm going to use. Just waiting for Liam's distraction.
West perimeter ready. 2 guards visible, but they're facing away from me. I'm good to go as soon as the signal goes up.
South position confirmed. I've got a clear shot for the flare. Everyone ready?
Let's do this, bro.
Launching flare in 3, 2, 1. Flare is airborne and heading southwest. I can already hear military vehicles moving toward it.
Perfect. Half the patrol units just peeled off from my section.
Same here. They're all heading toward the flare.
Going under the fence now.
I'm in. Everyone sound off when you're inside the perimeter.
I'm in too. Holy crap, this place is massive.
Inside and moving toward my search quadrant.
Successfully infiltrated. Beginning search pattern now.
All right, everyone. Radio silence from here on out, unless you find the ravine or encounter Moonhead. Good hunting.
Wait, guys, you need to see what I'm looking at right now. This isn't just empty forest. There's an entire abandoned settlement here.
I'm seeing the same thing on my end. Look at these carvings on the buildings. These are definitely tribal markings.
There's so much more infrastructure here than we expected. There are watchtowers everywhere. More watchtowers than actual trees in some areas.
This place was basically a fortress. I'm finding defensive positions and trap mechanisms every few feet. Spring-loaded spikes, concealed pits, tripwires. Some of these traps are still active too.
I found what looks like a small hospital, and there are houses scattered throughout my entire quadrant. This wasn't just a tribe living in the woods. This was an entire civilization.
Makes sense, though. If they were protecting the world from cryptids for centuries, they'd need proper infrastructure to support that mission.
But why would anyone want to leave this place? It's better defended than most military bases. The watchtowers provide perfect visibility, and the trap systems would stop any cryptid from getting through.
Maybe that's exactly why they left. Living in constant fear, always on guard, never knowing when the next cryptid attack might come. It would wear anyone down eventually.
Still, it's impressive what they built here. Our ancestors were seriously organized.
And serious about their job protecting the outside world.
Focus though, everyone. We need to find that ravine before... Wait, I just heard something.
Hear what?
A sound. like deep laughter.
I don't hear anything.
Me neither.
It was really faint but definitely there, and it's coming from the northwest direction.
Northwest is my quadrant. I'll keep an ear out for any unusual sounds.
Stay alert, everyone. We're getting close.
The laughter's getting louder over here too now. It's echoing through the trees, deep and unsettling.
Same here. It's like it's coming from everywhere at once.
I can hear it too now. It sounds almost playful, but in a really disturbing way.
Guys, I think I found something.
The ravine?
No, something else. I'm hiding behind a tree right now, and I can see it.
See what?
Moonhead. It's maybe 30 feet away from me and walking slowly through the trees.
Are you serious right now?
Dead serious. It's exactly like in Liam's photo. Massive humanoid figure with that pale circular head. But there's something else. The air around it has this strange orange glow.
Orange glow?
Like it's radiating some kind of energy. And the laughter, it's coming from the creature. It's laughing as it walks.
That's terrifying.
Maggie, get out of there. You need to retreat immediately.
Hold on. I think it might be heading somewhere. It's not just wandering randomly. It's moving with purpose toward the center of the forest.
You think it's going back to the ravine?
Maybe. Should I follow it?
That's incredibly dangerous.
But it might lead us straight to our target.
It's your call, Maggie. But if you're going to follow it, stay way back and be ready to run if it notices you.
I'm gonna do it. This might be our only chance to find the ravine. I'll stay hidden and track it from a distance. Going silent now. If you don't hear from me in 20 minutes, assume the worst. I'm back, and I have both good news and very bad news.
Thank God you're okay. We were starting to worry when you went silent.
Did Moonhead spot you?
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. I managed to stay hidden and follow it through the forest. And the good news is, I found the ravine.
That's incredible. Where is it exactly?
About half a mile northwest of the main settlement ruins. It's hidden behind a cluster of fallen trees. You'd never find it unless you knew exactly where to look.
What's the bad news then?
The obsidian is gone.
What do you mean gone?
I mean, completely missing. There's not a single shard left.
How is that possible? There should be tons of broken obsidian pieces down there.
Someone must have taken them.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So I started looking around for clues. And that's when I found these fresh footprints going back and forth between the ravine and
what?
the abandoned building from Liam's first video. The footprints lead directly there.
So David Kowalski has been collecting the obsidian shards?
But why would a catatonic mental patient be gathering cryptid-killing weapons?
Maybe he's not as crazy as we thought. Maybe Moonhead's psychological control is making him do it, like turning him into some kind of servant.
That's terrifying. Our only weapons against Moonhead are being hoarded by its puppet.
We need to get to that building immediately. All of us converging on the same location.
Agreed. I'm heading there right now. It's only about 10 minutes away from the ravine.
Wait for us, Maggie. Don't go in there alone.
I'll just scout the perimeter first. See if I can figure out how much obsidian he's collected.
Be careful. That guy disappeared once before. He could be anywhere in that building.
I know, I'll be super cautious. Just moving closer to get a better look at... Oh, crap.
Maggie! Respond immediately.
Maggie, answer us.
Oh my God, no, no, no!
She's not responding.
That thing was standing right over her. She's dead, isn't she?
We don't know that for sure. Maybe she dropped her phone and ran.
Look at that photo, though. Moonhead was literally on top of her. There's no way she could have escaped.
This is all my fault. I should never have suggested we hunt this thing. We're just kids with makeshift weapons.
Stop it, Jessica. Maggie knew the risks. We all did.
So what do we do now? Our weapons are useless without the shards, and Maggie was our only connection to the ravine location.
We continue the mission. That's what Maggie would want.
But how? All the obsidian is in that abandoned building being guarded by a catatonic psychopath and a mind-controlling cryptid.
Then that's where we go. I know exactly where that building is. I can get there in 15 minutes.
We should regroup, though.
There's no time. The celestial alignment starts in a few hours. If we don't kill Moonhead before dawn, it becomes unstoppable.
Liam, don't do anything stupid. We've already lost Maggie. I can't lose you too.
I'm not going to die. I'm going to finish what our ancestors started, and I'm going to make Moonhead pay for what it did to Maggie.
At least wait for us to catch up.
By the time you get there, it might be too late. I'm going in alone. If I don't make it out, tell the world what we found. Tell them about Moonhead, about the tribe, about everything.
Liam, please.
Wish me luck. I'm at the building. Moving inside now. The front door was wide open like it was waiting for me.
Liam, please be careful.
We're trying to get to you as fast as we can.
I can hear movement upstairs. Heavy footsteps pacing back and forth. I think David is up there with the obsidian. I'm going to call out to him.
What if Moonhead is in there too?
Then I guess I'll find out real quick.
Any response?
Nothing yet, but oh crap. I'm looking out the window and Moonhead is charging straight toward the building. It's moving so fast.
Get out of there now.
Wait, he's here.
That's our weapon. Tell him to give it to you.
He's not responding to me at all, but he's walking toward the window. He's strapping the spear to his back now.
What's happening? Liam!
He just leaned out the window, and Moonhead, it ate him.
What?
It ate him?
Moonhead swallowed him whole. David and the spear both. I'm on the roof now, and it's climbing up toward me.
I'm almost there. Hold on.
It's too late. This thing is massive, and I've got nowhere else to run. I'm completely screwed. Wait, something's happening. Moonhead just stopped climbing, and it's starting to glow purple.
Purple?
Yeah, like a faint purple light coming from inside it. The glow is getting brighter and brighter. Oh my god, it just exploded!
What?
Moonhead just exploded into 1,000 purple pieces. There's flesh and purple energy scattered everywhere.
How is that possible?
David, he's down there in the wreckage. He's lost both his legs, but he's alive. And he's still holding the obsidian spear. He stabbed Moonhead from the inside.
That's incredible.
He sacrificed himself to kill it.
Wait, he's doing something with the spear. He's pointing it at himself. Oh god. He just pushed the spear through his own face. He's dead.
Why would he do that?
I think he's been waiting his whole life for this moment. And now that it's over, he was ready to go. But guys, Maggie's here.
What?
She's alive?
She's unconscious and her arm is gone. But she's breathing. I'm calling an ambulance.
Oh, thank God.
We thought we lost her.
Hey everyone, been a month since the great Moonhead battle, eh? Thought I'd check in from the hospital.
Maggie, how are you feeling?
We've been so worried about you.
Much better now. The doctors say I'm healing remarkably well. And tomorrow I get to try out my new robot arm.
A robot arm? That's actually kind of awesome.
I know, right? I'm gonna be like a cyborg monster hunter.
Speaking of which, I've been thinking a lot about what we should do next. The dead zone restrictions have been lifted now that Moonhead is gone.
Yeah, the military packed up and left last week. Said the containment was no longer necessary.
So what's your idea, Liam?
What if we moved there, to the old tribal grounds? We could rebuild the settlement and make it our home.
You mean actually live there?
Think about it. We're the last of the tribal bloodlines. That place is our heritage, and there are still other cryptids in those woods that need to be monitored.
Plus, all that infrastructure is still there. The watchtowers, the defensive positions, the buildings. With some repair work, it could be an amazing place to live.
I love this idea. We could be the new generation of monster hunters, protecting the world just like our ancestors did.
And we'd have modern technology to help us. Better communications, medical equipment, weapons.
Exactly. We could turn it into a proper monster hunting headquarters, a place where others with tribal blood could come if they're ever discovered.
My grandfather would be so proud. He's actually already offered to help with the construction.
So we're really doing this? We're going to rebuild the tribe?
I think we have to, especially after what we learned about David.
What do you mean?
I did some research after the battle. David Kowalski wasn't his real name. It was an alias he took when he was admitted to the hospital.
So who was he really?
His real name was David Stormcaller. He was the chief's son from your grandfather's story, Jessica, the one who went missing 20 years ago.
Oh my God. So he survived all this time?
Living in those woods, being hunted by Moonhead.
And planning his revenge. He spent 2 decades preparing to kill that thing, and when the opportunity finally came, he sacrificed himself to save everyone.
That's the most heroic thing I've ever heard.
He deserves to be remembered. His sacrifice saved thousands of lives.
When we rebuild the settlement, we should put up a memorial for him and for all the tribe members who died protecting the world.
Agreed. David Stormcaller, the last chief's son, the man who killed Moonhead.
So it's settled then? We're moving to the forest and rebuilding the tribe?
I'm in.
All the pots are finished, and I'm Devin, and I'm out.